Football is a very emotional sport. Today, you will see some of the most emotional cases in football. The story of Jermaine Defoe and 6-year-old Bradley Lowry is probably known to everyone in England. Few people were surprised that the young Sunderland fan considered Defoe his idol, but how close he was to the current Bournemouth striker is amazing. Bradley battled a rare type of cancer, neuroblastoma, to the last, but died in July 2017. The whole world was watching his struggle, but no one outside the family was closer to the boy than Defoe, who met him in September 2016 during the confrontation between Sunderland and Everton. Bradley, a mad fan of the Black Cats, led them onto the field. Applause, songs, and banners. It seems that at that moment, he was more important than any football player. In a sense, it was. It was something incredible. I met Jermaine Defoe, my favorite player. Everyone was saying my name. "Thank you all," Lowry said after the momentous meeting. 3 months later, they met again, and Bradley even showed off during the draw with Chelsea. At the same time, he met Diego Costa and even scored a penalty, which Asmir Begovic could not beat off. At the end of the month, his goal was recognized as the best in the Premier League. In the end, the battle with cancer was not a success. In July 2017, the whole world said goodbye to Lowry, and Defoe was moved at the funeral. "He was my best friend. He was sincere, real. He loved football. He loved me, and I loved him. And there was nothing I could do for him, except just be his friend." After the forward was awarded the title of Northeast Man of the Year, he said, "Bradley and I had a special relationship. Perhaps there has never been anything like this in football before. I'm proud of that." On June 12, 2021, the national teams of Finland and Denmark played at Euro 2020. During the match, Danish midfielder Christian Eriksen suffered a cardiac arrest. He collapsed on the lawn and lost consciousness. Doctors tried to revive him for 9 minutes by performing artificial respiration and closed heart massage. Later, Christian was carried off the field on a stretcher, covered with flags, and sent to the hospital. And an hour after the incident, UEFA and the Danish Football Association confirmed that Eriksen's condition had stabilized and he was conscious. And suddenly, I woke up. I opened my eyes. People are all around. Someone is pressing on my chest, and I don't understand what's going on. There are fragments of thoughts in my head. Did you break your leg? Your back? Later in the ambulance, I found out that I was out of this world for 5 minutes, Eriksen told the BBC. It turned out that the athlete had a heart attack and had a pacemaker installed. The doctor suggested to forget about returning to the big sport. Eriksen's future career was in doubt. But the midfielder has already had matches for Ajax Amsterdam, Tottenham London, Inter Milan, from which he went to Euro 2020. Yes, in Italy, Eriksen was jokingly awarded the Golden Toilet Prize as the worst legionnaire of Serie A. But during the game at Tottenham, the Dane took second place among the best midfielders of the 2018-19 UEFA Champions League. By the way, in that Champions League season, Eriksen scored both of his goals against Inter, his future team. That's because then, together with Tottenham, Eriksen reached the Champions League final. But there his team lost to Liverpool. Just 8 months after his clinical death, Eriksen returned to the field. The Dane said that he did not have to recover psychologically. In this regard, there was no recession at all. But Eriksen was gradually making up for his previous physical form. The doctors and I made a clear plan, and I was slowly but surely moving towards the goal. A full examination was performed at every step. I clearly understood that if something went wrong, if they noticed a deterioration, then I would have to put an end to it. Due to the installation of a cardioverter defibrillator, the midfielder had to leave Inter, since it is forbidden to play with such implants in Italy. At first, Eriksen trained alone at home in Denmark. Then he began training with the Odense youth team, and in January returned to London, where he once played for Tottenham. Only now has Eriksen been signed by Brentford, a newcomer and outsider to the English Premier League. The Dane wanted to help the club avoid relegation and said that he was not going to take care of himself and was fully ready for physical exertion and contact play. There is no fear. The pacemaker is not felt at all and does not interfere in any way. It's designed to hit, so I'm calm. And if something happens to your heart, it will also save you, Eriksson said in an interview with the BBC. I'm not afraid of difficulties, and I'm not afraid of aggressive martial arts on the field either, no.